beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, love, attraction, all of that juicy goodness. We're here for our weekly energy reading. Let's call on our guides and angels, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron. Please open the sacred space. Please only allow the highest and whitest light messages to come through. Bless me. Bless my cards. Bless my beautiful viewers. And let's see what we have here. Oh my gosh, you guys, I totally just made a heart putting out that Palo Santo. It's like a heart in the ash. That's so wild. We're already off to a good start. We're going to start with Spirit Animal Wisdom, one of my older animal decks that I first got when I first became a reader and actually got paid for it. Lion, honor your soul and celebrate its journey. I need my glasses. All right, Leo season. This is August 1st as I'm filming this. We have an eclipse on August 2nd, tomorrow. So I should probably make the title of this about the eclipse. And then we have the Lionsgate portal on 8/8. So we are off to a start where it's Leo season. Leo season is all about shining bright. It's about giving and receiving. It's about opening up your heart and being bright and sunny and allowing all the love that wants to enter your life into your life. All right, we have spellcasting deck. Let's see what we have here. All right, travel. I like this. Somebody's going to be traveling within to find a new version of who they are. And this is literal travel. Some of you might be actually traveling. So when these are collective readings, obviously there could be a couple hundred people, 1,000 watching, whoever watches my readings. And when they find them, if this is years later and you're watching this, it's resonating right now in your life. You are either going within on a journey or you are traveling somewhere new. And I keep getting the frog card in my Micah Magic deck, which is take a vacation. So somebody is being called to hop on a plane, hop on a boat, go somewhere new. Your soul is being called to that land. The land holds some sort of frequency. Their cute little dog, Ella, the family, the couple that I'm staying with, they have a dog named Ella. She's so cute. I was asking her before I filmed if she wanted to be a guest star in my reading. Okay, we have forgiveness. Me and my friend Laura, who lives here, she's been getting this card and I've been getting this card a lot. We are being called to forgive someone or something. So let's see. And a lot of times it's ourselves. Healing comes from acceptance. Help me, dear Lord, to fully accept what is, knowing that this alone will open me to the new. So when we are, so wherever you are in your life, if you're not happy with it, right? So put aside forgiveness for a second. Let's talk about acceptance. Wherever you are, it can be like if you're unhappy, acceptance doesn't mean you want more of it. Like when you accept something, it's not saying, hey, universe, bring me more of this. You're falling into acceptance, which is non-resistance. You're not being resistant to anything. You are fully allowing yourself just to accept what is. And when we accept what is, that new thing can then arrive, that new travel, that new partner, that new money, that new opportunity. And then we have to be courageous and step into it and honor our journey and honor where we are and forgive ourselves. I just heard somebody is really holding on to a past decision that they made and they can't let it go. And you have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive other people for hurting you. I did a meditation last night and I lined up all my cards around my body as I was laying there. And I just felt this like surge of emotion 15 minutes into my meditation. And I was angry about somebody who abused me in my past in college. And I was so angry that I wasn't able to defend myself at the time. And it wasn't in my control. I couldn't. And I just hate that somebody thought that they could have power over me. And I didn't wish him harm. I just kind of accepted what was and said, okay, if my soul chose that experience and I have to allow it to be here. Now, what do I do with this anger, right? That little girl in me is pissed off and I wanted revenge, right? And I'm like, no, Michelle, that's not how this works. So if you're feeling like you've been hurt in the past and somebody took advantage of you or somebody just like, you're such a nice person. I just heard that somebody's such a nice person and somebody took your kindness and they just played with it and they treated you like a rag doll. So we have to learn somehow to forgive those situations. And I love doing this work with my clients in my mentorship. So if you're watching this right now, and if anybody has told you or mentioned me to you to join my mentorship or to work with me or to do a reading with me, that is 100% the universe like chirping in your ear saying, this is your next healing. This is your next step. You will accelerate in your life if you book that. And I say that because it happened to me so many times. People will be like, Michelle, you should go work with this acupuncturist, or you should go work here. And everything that comes in, I say yes, because I know it's God speaking through everybody. And you have to have that courage and bravery to go deep into the wounds so that you can set yourself free. And as soon as I was laying in that meditation and I felt the emotion, I just let it all go and I accepted it and I just let my body purge. I was just crying and my body was convulsing and stuff. And I just was like, you know what? I didn't even know I had this anger still in me, but let me just accept it and let it be here and be grateful that I'm here right now and I'm healthy and I'm in control of my body now. And I won't allow myself to be in a situation like that ever again. And you know what? I'm going to see that person, that guy, as he didn't know what he was doing. He was either consumed by a lower vibration, he was out of his mind, he was not in his body, he was searching for love in a really, really wrong way. And guess what? He then has to face that truth for him, right? He's eventually going to awaken to what he did. So think about anybody that has abused you or hurt you, they will eventually awaken, right? Everybody's eventually going to awaken. And then they have to face their own actions. And that's why I love the forgiveness card, because there's so much freedom in forgiving your abuser and forgiving yourself. Because believe it or not, sometimes we blame ourselves for being in those situations when it wasn't even our control, but somehow we feel like we could have done something different. So I also want to offer up revision. My friend Hedley Dorenzi, she has her own YouTube channel. She teaches Neville Goddard's teaching. She created her own I am method. It's fabulous. Go follow her, go subscribe. But she also teaches, she did a whole segment in the past few months on revision. So what I did was I went back and I never went to, I never went out that night in college. I imagined myself about to leave my dorm room, and then I shut the door, got my pajamas on, and went back into bed. And I'm revising it. So I'm giving my mind a second option of what really happened. And I'm changing it in my story. I'm changing it in my psyche that there was another option that night. And there was a possibility that I could choose a different decision and do a timeline hop. And then who I am now is the version of me that's not holding on to that pain anymore. I'm letting it go. And you guys, I did this revision actually when I first, not really when I first discovered this trauma, but I did it recently and I went to go get my iron infusion. And guess what? The guy who was doing the iron infusion on me, he was giving me the IV, he was best friends with the guy that abused me. So right after I spent 2 days doing this revision, pretending like I didn't go there, I never saw that guy, never connected with him. And all of a sudden, I manifested his best friend, and it was his best friend's last day at that job. So revision works. You know what? I'll have to tell Hedley. I'm going to message her later and be like, your revision method works. I'm pretty sure like how she teaches it, what she teaches to do. I think she talks about a bridge, like you're bridging the event. I'm not sure if that's Neville's teaching or if she created that, but you create another scenario to kind of bridge you out of that painful trauma. So if you were abused by somebody, you can imagine yourself like kicking them off of you. You could imagine yourself like grabbing your hand and pulling you away from whoever's about to hurt you. You could imagine yourself like not going out that night. There's so many different things that you can do. Yeah. And now we have a loss of peace. We have the 7 of Swords, a loss of peace of mind or personal freedom. Take caution and be aware of others' actions. A material loss. Make sure you are being honest with yourself. Embarrassing secrets. Okay, so that's what's kind of coming to the surface right now. It's all of our wounding, all of the secrets, all of the things that have been in the shadow are now coming up, and we have to find forgiveness. We have to forgive ourselves and the other person and accept the situation and then maybe revise it. The Hermit. Speaking of, this is all about meditation. So it's like going within and meditating, and maybe those feelings will surface. Maybe those wounds will finally show themselves to you, and then you can finally release it. Because you all know, if you're on this channel and you're watching these readings, you are on an ascension journey. You are rising out of the shit. You are becoming more light. You're undoing the costume that you've been living in, the costume of shame and guilt and judgment and fear. And every day we're releasing more and more fear about our path and about our past. So the hermit calls you to go into meditation and to sit with yourself and to feel into your body, where am I storing the shame? Where am I storing this guilt? Where am I storing this anger? You know, anger and grief can live deep in the chest. And then all of a sudden you're brave enough, like the lion, and you're facing the dark secrets that have been inside of you that you didn't even know happened maybe. And now you're being willing, like I said, to travel within, to face it, to forgive it, to accept it, and to move on from it. And when you do that, you're releasing all of that fear. You're no longer walking in places or to places or with people feeling like you're not protected, feeling like you're not safe in your body. You are safe in your body now. You can now have this new story, this new future for yourself. And these traumas literally block us from receiving our manifestations because they're heavy and they're dense. And we feel like, oh no, I can't do this. Or you just don't feel worthy because you maybe have this thing lingering inside of you that makes you feel bad about yourself, or makes you feel like you were weak because you were taken advantage of. So the hermit is calling us to go within. Let's see what this says. Time spent in peaceful meditation and meaningful solitude. Shine your light as an example to others. Seek out or become a spiritual mentor, self-discovery. This again is my card to say that if you've been wanting to book a session with me, this is your cue. This is spirit saying, work with a mentor, work with a guide, because when you uncover these types of things and traumas, it can be really jarring to your nervous system and to your life too. Because a lot of times, you know, if I would have not worked on that trauma and if I would have saw that guy's best friend, I probably would have been triggered. I probably would have cried that day and felt a little like ick about it. But I've done so much healing work around it that I think my nervous system was letting me know, like, hey, you just had this memory or this similar person come up in your reality and I didn't feel anything, which is really, really cool. All right, let's do a little Micah magic. Pull back your energy. So if you feel like you're chasing somebody right now, pull back. We do not achieve anything by chasing or by running away. We face, we go into the light, we go into the shadow. Be mindful of your thoughts. Okay, this is now going into like twin flame dynamics or divine union. When you are wanting to pursue somebody, or you meet your twin flame, or your, what if you call it a soulmate, whatever you call it, I like to believe that they're different. Divine union, I like to call it, is when two souls have the same frequency and the same energy. Well, when that happens, your thoughts as a feminine, if you're a feminine watching this, your thoughts are your masculine becomes the physical manifestation of your thoughts. So if you're fearing something, if you're fearing him doing something, if you're imagining him doing something, he's going to act that out. Because if you guys are one, then you are energetically connected to that person. So the more you align yourself to soul, and the more you're in nature and loving yourself and healing and doing all of this work, he's then going to rise with you. So be mindful of those thoughts. If you're feeling like you're clinging to somebody and you're wanting to someone to come save you, that is the absolute worst energy to be in. Nobody saves us. We do it ourselves. I always say my mentor saved me, not a man, not a boyfriend. My mentor did. She literally tidied me up and showed me all of my stuff that I could work on, which then I believe whoever my partner is going to be in the future, that's elevating him right now, wherever he is in the world. Look, dream job is on the way. Gazelle Spirit is saying, pause and watch a sunset. So somebody's looking to call in a new career for yourself, your mission work. Maybe you feel stagnant. Maybe you just had this upheaval in your life and you have to forgive it. Or maybe, maybe you got fired from your job and you're holding this anger. You're being called to accept it, forgive the situation, forgive the person. Maybe it's divorce. And then go out and watch a sunset or a sunrise and sit in that peaceful meditation like the Hermit card, and know that this new opportunity is coming your way, especially during Leo season. There's going to be so many big manifestations. The 8-8 portal, the Lionsgate, that is the biggest portal for manifestation. And normally, whatever you're manifesting that week or that day, it's like a 6 week or 6 month journey. So the sixes are very popular there. So 6 weeks and 6 months until that manifestation can come into fruition. I was watching it. Yes, I knew it. Frog spirit. Remember I said that earlier? That if you're traveling, take the vacation, go towards the person that you love, go towards that, dream job, or maybe just go rest and take a vacation and watch that sunrise or sunset. Windfall of money. After you vacation, money always drops in. The money could be connected to the dream job as well. There was something I was going to say earlier. Now I can't remember what it was. It was right before the frog card came out. Spirit, can you help me remember, please? Okay, yes. Rest. When you rest, when you pull yourself out of an environment and you take the vacation or you do a staycation, money shows up. This windfall is coming, you guys. This is the season to receive your abundance. The eights, 8, that's an abundance number. This is such a good reading. Your dream job, the money, the person, you're going to pull back your energy from the person that you've been chasing or the love that you've been chasing outside of yourself. And a lot of times money does drop in once you've released the need for a partner. I've sat on my massage table with my mentor for 8 years now, trying to take out that little girl wounding that thinks she needs a man to save her. And I've done it. And I am thriving on my own. I'm navigating life. And I know that that partner is going to drop in for me and we're going to be in the same frequency of rising into the man and the woman that we came here to be, meaning we are evolving and growing and we're no longer thinking we need somebody to save us. And our nervous system is very adjusted now and we can handle life. And instead, before, where I wasn't adjusted and I was feeling like I needed protection and I wanted to be provided for, now I'm like sturdy. Now I've really tightened up my root chakra and my legs and my body feels aligned now and I can stand on my own 2 feet. And then we have revisit your path and see how it all worked out. Everything is always working out for you. My friend Laura, showed me a new manifestation method. And it's kind of similar to what I teach my clients, but it's the reverse of it. So what I teach my clients in my mentorship is I have them track the happenings in their day. Like if you see a ladybug, or if you get extra money, or if you talk to somebody in a store and they talk about you starting a podcast, and then you go to your family's house and one of your siblings or cousins like, hey, you should start a podcast. It's like a double message. That is the happenings, right? Well, Laura was teaching me that you can do the opposite. You can manifest what you want to happen in your day. So before the day happens, you can write in your journal the night before, I saw a ladybug today. I had a conversation about a podcast today. So instead of being at the mercy of life, you are creating life. You're creating your reality. You're calling in what you want. And then if it doesn't show up, that's okay. But it's so fun to do this. And I think she did this and she talked about so I had a conversation with somebody about Jesus today. And it was the craziest thing because I happened to be that conversation for her. I got in her car and she has a cute little Jesus thing hanging on her rearview mirror. And we were in her car and literally there was a song on the radio and I was turning it up, didn't even touch the touch screen. I was turning up the knob on the volume and all of a sudden the song jumped from, it didn't jump to the next song on the list. It jumped to a meditation that said 999. And she's like, I never listen to meditations on my Spotify. That's so crazy. And I'm like, it's because we were talking about Jesus. But she had manifested a conversation about Jesus and then that synchronicity happened. So if you want to manifest anything, write it in your journal as if it already happened and make a happenings list, all the good that happened today, but write it in the future tense, you've already, or the past tense, it already happened. Okay, we have within 2 weeks, this money is going to arrive. Normally the money comes in right after you need to do this. You're freaking out, your ego's freaking out, going, oh my gosh, I'm going to crumble. Nothing's going to be good. My life is falling apart. Things are breaking down. Or maybe you feel like your ego is so loud. That's right before. So you have to do this. You have to go back and be like, okay, I remember being in this breakdown before and it's not going to wreck me. I'm going to let this flow and I'm going to know that something good is coming when I'm in this state of feeling scared. That's when I need to revisit my path and see how everything has always worked out for me. Look for the breadcrumbs from the universe. This is the happenings, the ladybugs, the feathers, the coins, the pennies. I just heard somebody finds dimes. If you are the person that finds dimes all the time, comment below and let us know. Start the thing. I saw this twice on the bottom of the deck while I was talking and shuffling, and I was hoping that that would come out. So that just came out. So start something new. Start the podcast. Go into your cave. Look, miracles are on the way. So go into your cave is like the hermit card. It's meditation. You're listening. You're practicing listening. To all my divine feminines and masculines, but mostly divine feminines, we are the portal. We are the womb space. We have that beautiful connection to the void. We can create from thin air, right? We can bring things to life. If you want to call in a miracle, like my typo, if you want to call in a miracle, we have to go into that womb space. The cave is the womb space. You're in the hermit mode. You're creating and you're journaling. What do I want to create today? I cannot stress this enough. I am always, always, always reminding my clients of their power. If somebody is saying that you can't get a job, or if somebody's saying that that apartment is not available and you're not going to find it, you are going to pull back to that energy, go into your cave, and you're going to be like, I'm going to show these people the magic. I'm going to show these people that I can create anything. Okay. You are the portal. You can call things in that other people didn't think that they could. And we are the ones that are to show the way. So that windfall of money is connected to that. So do not lose hope. You are here for a bigger purpose. You're meant to teach people about this connection to source. And the message for the divine feminine and the masculines was like, the feminines are in kind of charge. We're in charge of, we're leading in some way. And the masculines lead in the 3D reality with the physical stuff, with like food and a home and shelter and all that kind of stuff. And then the feminine leads with creation. We like dance in the ethers with reality. So the masculine's working hard to give us a nice home to be in so we can feel safe to then create in it. So we're not worried about like survival while we're going into meditation. It's like, imagine a woman in a house and she's meditating, and the masculine is like energetically outside the house, making sure she's protected, that nobody's disturbing her meditation. Nobody's coming in and messing up her ability to create for the family. So if you can always have that visual, that's how God made us, the yin yang, the masculine, feminine. The masculine protects her as she's creating, and he can create too, but it's normally the dynamic that unfolds. You're being admired online. We love this. That's like the star card in the tarot, so I wouldn't be surprised if that comes out later. I also did a call with a client and we were talking about the fear of being seen online. So that might be you. If this could be a cue to get your butts online and get your heinies out there so people can see your beautiful sunshine. Rainbows are a sign that your happy ending is coming soon. My motto is life is better in color. So make your world colorful. Look at all the color behind me with these beautiful lights. They have lights all over their house that are all different colors, and it's so beautiful and vibey. So make your spaces colorful, make your clothing colorful. And when you see a rainbow outside, or maybe on a kid's t-shirt in a store, that's a sign that your happy ending is on the way. And we want to feel good in that process. Follow the signs. So we follow the breadcrumbs and we follow the signs. So you guys are definitely going to be getting communication from spirit. So I just heard 444. You're going to be seeing that a lot, maybe 44. I just saw 555 in my mind. So that's good changes coming. Past loved one is here. I just heard it's an aunt. Somebody's aunt is with us right now. And obviously that could be any past loved one, so don't narrow it down, but it may be one or two people out there have an aunt that passed. She's coming through for you right now. Who is on your mind? That could be her. I just heard the name Steve. Somebody has a partner named Steve. Destiny has a plan for you. Let go of the need to know. You do not need to know. Maybe somebody's wondering who their future partner is. Just walk through life going, God will bring them to me when I'm ready. Breakdown that builds character. Maybe this person who's coming towards you is going through a little breakdown right now, so allow it to be. They're shedding their ego, and they need that breakdown. Don't feel bad for them. They need that breakdown to shed the ego. Now we have another confirmation with some angel numbers, 333, connect back to spirit, and co-create your days. Co-creating your days is all about that intentional journaling of what do you want to see today? Who do you want to talk to? Maybe you're trying to manifest a job. Maybe you're going to write in your journal every single night that that person, that boss, is emailing you saying like, hey, let's have that meeting or let's hop on a call together. You guys can manifest anything and then trust the timing. It's all going to happen in God's timing, and we cannot question that. If it's still not here yet, do not give up. Do not stop asking for it. You keep journaling about it. And also, you don't have to journal every single night. You can just trust that if you do it once, God hears you. God knows what's in your heart. But I believe we can really drill it into our subconscious more if we do it every single night. All right, so after you go through this process, there's going to be a time where you have to come out of that meditation space and come out of that creation energy and like kind of offer it up and say, okay, I've done enough planning, I've done enough creating. Now let's see how life brings it to me. Okay, I was just super in flow there with that deck. Let's do some animal cards. And then we'll end maybe, no, I don't know when we're going to end. I feel good. I'm going to keep going. I just saw the spider at the bottom. Oh, we have the wolf. This is the leader of the pack. This is the masculine energy. They're all about family and tribe, and they've gone through the fire, they've gone through the transformation, and now they're rising. Twin flame energy, swans mirror each other. They're perfect divine mates, mates for life. The oyster, you are going to receive that pearl. You're going to crack open that oyster and you're going to get the pearl of your dreams. And I have my pearl earrings in today. How ironic is that? The wolf is really standing out to me. So there's some special message there for somebody. And then we have three. We have the starfish, the whale, and the snake. Snake represents full transformation, a shedding of skin, a lighting up of the chakra system, the kundalini rising up the base of the spine, out through the crown. A lot of times an abrupt breakdown, like maybe you get in trouble at work, or maybe you mess something up or you get in an accident, that really activates that root chakra and it pushes something out through the crown. It pushes all the gunk out through the crown. And the whale represents this like divine feminine that's just willing to go to the depths of her soul and be transformed. She is not scared. And then she comes up for some sunshine. She comes to the surface after she's done a ton of healing. So that's going into the cave, creating, working through your traumas, healing. You might get sick later because the body then purges the actual physical energy out of the body after you have the awareness of the trauma or wound. You work through it with a guide or healer, and then you come up for air. You come up to the surface for some sunshine and you play. You take a vacation. You put on good clothes. You eat yummy food. You treat yourself for going through this massive transformation. And then we have the starfish, which is all about don't focus too much on your physical appearance. Don't beat yourself up. Be gentle with yourself. And sometimes things aren't as shiny as they look. So give things time and space to really, maybe it's the job or maybe it's a person that you think is right for you, but maybe they're not. Maybe they look really shiny or it looks really shiny, but in reality, it's a facade. They're not really being who they are. Maybe they're really just focused on, I just heard somebody's person is working through the shadow of always thinking that they need shiny objects to make them happy. They've been searching through life for this joy and this peace, which is found in their divine feminine, but they've been searching outside of themselves and they have to go within and connect with their inner feminine. Okay, let's do some Light Seers Tarot. Quick little phone check. Make sure I didn't get any messages. It's 1:11. Okay, all good. All right, let's see if we get the star card. The sun. Yes, you are the sunshine in their life. The sun card is Leo energy. This is divine masculine energy. This is somebody just going out and maybe grounding. Maybe somebody's grounding. Maybe you're walking right now as you're listening to this. Receive this sun, receive the energy from the sun. Get out in nature every single day. And this is also a celebration energy. Two of Pentacles, you're balancing your finances. You're connecting with spirit, which is the ethers, which is the moon. And then she's got her purse. So you're kind of balancing both. You're balancing being on planet Earth and you're balancing your meditation and your connection to source. Is this what I think it is? Yes, a new beginning in love. Ace of Cups. Somebody's holding a cup of love for you. That's that swan energy. You're being led to your person right now. They're coming to you. Look who's coming, guys. A King of Pentacles, somebody who's really mastered the 3D reality. They're really great with money. They're grounded. They understand their connection to the universe. They understand that they can sit back and receive. Look at the dog again, like a wolf energy. He holds the key to your, so when a feminine is with a masculine that's like this and really grounded and has his stuff together, or he's getting his stuff together, you feel safe in his presence. You feel like you can create anything because you feel like him and his wolf or his dog are going to protect you. They're going to have your back. They're not going to let you fall. And when you're in that energy field, you feel unstoppable. You feel like you can do anything. You feel limitless. And same thing with the masculine. When he's in his divine feminine's frequency, he feels that peace. He feels like, oh my gosh, this feeling I've been looking for my whole life, I finally found it. Here's the 5 of Cups. I always see this card and I think of a new client of mine. Her name's Ashley. Ashley, if you're watching this, I always think of you when I see this card. It kind of looks like her, and she kind of lives in an area where there's ocean and it's like remote. But this is kind of like, aside from that, this is like a quicksand energy. You feel like maybe you're losing the grip on things. You're not. You're not. That's the way he felt. He was feeling like his life was falling apart, and then he met you. And then everything started to settle down, and the sand stopped, and the ground got really sturdy, and the solid foundation was built between the two of you coming together. And look, final card. Happy family. The 3D reality is set. He has laid the foundation for you to walk into it, and now you guys can build and build and build. And you don't even know what you're going to build, which is the coolest thing, but you're going to start creating something so, so incredibly beautiful for our world. So it's kids, the dog, the home, the chandelier, all of it. It's so beautiful. And it's funny that I was talking about the lights, and look, there's evening kind of like soothing light here. It's like the lanterns or something about the lanterns. All right, lovies, I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fabulous week. If you want to book a session with me or join my mentorship, just click the link in the comments and I will get the notification once you book it and we will start. All right, lovies, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. I will see you in the next one. All right, peace out.